Hey, this is Sam. Welcome to BNS About Movies. This week's movie is Female Convict Scorpion, Beast Stable from 1973, the third movie in the series Female Convict Scorpion.
花よきれいとおだてられ咲いてみせればすぐ散らされるバカなバカなバカな女の恨み節
After the poetically beautiful ending of the second film, Female Prisoner Scorpion Jailhouse 41, this one starts with sheer violence. Matsu the Scorpion, played through all these movies by Meiko Kai, is wanted. Her face is on every wall in the city after leading a jailbreak, and she sits silently by herself as every newspaper around her shows that she's a dangerous fugitive. Detective Kondo and his partner notice her. As they go to grab her, she pulls out her knife, but she's handcuffed to Kondo. However, the Scorpion will not be denied, and she rushes out of the train car as the doors draw close. She hacks off the detective's arm and leaves it in the streetcar hanging bloody, running through the streets. There's blood everywhere. Scorpion is back, and woe to anyone that gets in her way. I love these movies. This one is my favorite. There's one person willing to help Scorpion, and it's Yuki, a prostitute who's abused on the streets and at home by her mentally deficient older brother. When they first meet, Scorpion still has that bloody arm stuck to her hand, and it also later shows up in the mouth of the dog, kind of like the beginning of New York Ripper, a movie I'm sure Lucia Fulci never saw this film, but I love that there's a tie between them. Soon she becomes Yuki's defender in a world that is ready to take everything from her. All Matsu really wants to do is be a seamstress and fade away. But her attack against a Yakuza member leads to her former prison mate Katsu recognizing her. And that's where this series takes a little touch for the cartoonish, as his boss lady's makeup, demeanor, and dress suggest that she's some demented Disney villainess, complete with an army of evil mutant animals. She throws Matsu into a cage of deadly ravens, but she soon escapes and starts to destroy the gang, which brings back the one-armed Kondo, who wants personal and not just professional revenge. This movie also deals with issues of motherhood and abortion, as both Yuki and other prostitutes have to terminate their pregnancies. However, as the second woman dies as a result of the back alley surgery, her hand drops a blade into Scorpion's hand. Director Shunya Ito cites Louis Buñuel as one of his favorite directors. Therefore, the recurring images of blades being pulled across eyes in this series are homages to Un Chien Adu. Yes, Japanese pinky violence movies can be super arty. Whereas in the previous film, the old woman who faded in the leaves gave Scorpion all of her powers, here it's the dead prostitute's gift of a blade that unleashes the first tears we've seen Scorpion shed. She is now more than just the destroyer of worlds. She is death incarnate, the Black Angel, the final defender of women who have lost everything. And what he saw as the final film of the series, Kaji would return for one more. Director Shunji Ito wanted to create a world where all the demon ghost stories of old Japan had become true, such as the tale of Suwana Watabe, cutting off a demon's arm, and the brother and sister in a forgotten village, whose incest was the only way they could support one another. There's also a scene which is a proto Goodfellas sequence where we follow Scorpion as she kills off everyone on her list one by one, just as the camera follows the victims of Jimmy Conway to cover up the heist from the airport. Bodies are left in the streets, in movie theaters, and car washes. In one striking sequence, Scorpion slices a woman in front of an entire wall of wanted posters that bear her name. The kills are quick and brutal. There's no setup of time and place. We are in a poetic world now where the art is death. There's even periods where Scorpion appears out of mirrors, saying she is being possessed by the spirit of the dead girl, before unleashing a raven that attacks a man and sends him flying through a glass window. She then runs from the police across rooftops, dodging searchlights before being cornered by an army of officers. She takes to the sewers as man after man is sent down only to die by her hand. As she goes deeper into these watery passages, the camera work becomes claustrophobic. All these men with their toys, bulletproof vests, scuba gear, boats, submachine guns, all she has is a knife. Yuki finally runs to the streets after her brother attacks her one more time, and the rains wash the sewers, ruining the hiding place. But Scorpion won't give up. She can't. Yuki feeds her friends, but is discovered by the detective, who abuses her with a room full of men in full body armor, who all beat her with wooden swords and threaten to keep her so that her brother will starve. Spoiler warning here, the ending of this movie is perfect. The cops set the sewers ablaze, And Kondo laughs like a maniac. This movie has a diehard fireball 16 years before we called that a diehard fireball. And everybody's life moves on as if Scorpion is dead, but is she? We see Yuki bruised and back in her brother's arms before the blazing water of the underground are broken by Scorpion rising out of them like some sort of ghost. As a result of her dealings with the detective, Katsu is in jail, her face pale and no longer sporting her detective makeup, yet you can tell she's in power even behind bars. Then a new prisoner shows up for a short 3-month sentence. Katsu is convinced that this woman is Scorpion, even though we all think that Scorpion's dead. Even when Kondo comes to prison to either clean up loose ends or question Katsu further, he shows up at her cell just as she's convinced that Scorpion's going to kill her. She ends up killing the detective as a woman mops the floor. As Kondo struggles and demands she sound an alarm, the woman looks up and hits Scorpion. She locks eyes with him as he dies. Finally, all the wanted posters are set on fire as her theme plays one last time, and we end on her face. She should be happy now that her mission of vengeance is finally over, and now she can rest. But we don't know that. All we get are her eyes staring at us. You know, a lot of times people get really hyped up about movies online, and especially on Twitter, and they say that this movie changed my life, that this movie is everything. This movie is everything. I can't even explain how great it is. Rush to find it, watch it. All the movies, Meiko Kai made a lot of great movies, but Female Convict Scorpion, Be Stable from 1973 is my favorite. It is kind of like a gothic mixed with giallo, mixed with pinky violence, mixed with exploitation. There's no other movie like it. Thanks for listening to BNS About Movies. This is Sam. You can learn more at the site, bnsaboutmovies.com. How crazy that worked out. Reach out to me via email at bnsaboutmovies@gmail.com. There's also on the site Ko-fi if you'd like to donate. You don't have to. It would be great if you ranked this show, gave us a nice rating, and told your friends about it. But if not, that's totally cool too. Just watch a movie and have a great day.